Guys, it's me, Miss Mills, and welcome to Mrs. Mills' Math Time. The whole point of this video is to help you out with this extra credit IXL W.7. And what this IXL is it's going to review how to solve one-step equations, okay? So the whole reason I put this IXL up here for this week is because I noticed a lot of y'all struggling with what we did last week with creating an equation in slope-intercept form from two ordered pairs. Well, the first step was to solve for slope, pick 2 points, which gives you the 2 points, and put them in the slope formula and solve for the slope. Well, once you had the slope, you were supposed to put the slope into the equation and solve for the variable b to find the y-intercept, because the y-intercept is equal to b. So I noticed a lot of y'all struggling with that part of the lesson with that skill. And how to figure out that skill is you have to remember how to solve one-step equations. So I made this video to help you solve one-step equations. And how you solve one-step equations is you use the opposite, you use the inverse of a number, okay, to make the variable be by itself. And I know that doesn't make any sense right now, but as we kind of do these problems together, it'll make more sense. Okay, you're going to use the opposite to make the variable be by itself, because that's our whole point, is to get the variable, which is the letter. In this case, it would be j, by itself to figure out what is it equal to. All right, so I'm going to write down this problem real quick. We have j plus 4, and that's equal to 10. So our first step here is we want to get j by itself. That's the variable here that we want to solve for. We want to figure out, well, what is j? Okay. So to get j by itself, that means we have to get rid of this plus 4 over here. We want to get j by itself on this side of the equation. So we need to get rid of this plus 4. So how we get rid of that plus 4 is we need to do the opposite of plus 4. We want to make plus 4 equal to 0. So to make positive 4 equal to 0, well, we can use its opposite. Its opposite is subtracting it by 4 to make it equal to 0 and get j by itself. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this plus 4. And to get rid of it, I'm going to use its opposite. I'm going to subtract it by 4. But here's the thing. If you do it on one side of the equation, you have to do it on the other side of the equation as well. So if I'm subtracting 4 on this side of the equation, I have to do the exact same thing on the other side of the equal sign. So that means I need to subtract 10 by 4. Okay? So then here's what we have left. Plus 4, positive 4 subtracted by 4. Again, those cancel out. They equal to 0. Okay? So what I have left over is j plus, I don't want to do that, j plus 0, and that's equal to whatever 10 minus 4 is, and that is going to be 6. Again, you don't have to have plus 0 on anything. It doesn't add or take away anything. So I'm going to get rid of this plus 0, and what we have left over is j equals 6, okay? So my first step to getting j by itself is I needed to get rid of that positive 4, and to get rid of that positive 4, I had to use its opposite. I had to subtract it by 4 to make it equal to 0. And if I do it on one side of the equal sign, I have to do it on the other side of the equal sign, leaving me with 10 minus 4, which is 6. So what we have left over is j, our variable, equals 6. So I can go in here, j equals 6. All right, same thing. We have 6, and that is equal to d plus 1. All right, and in this case, we want to solve for d. We want to get d by itself. So if we want to get d by itself, I need to get rid of this plus 1 on that side of the equation. Again, I'm going to use its opposite to make that equal to 0. Well, plus 1, the opposite of positive 1 is negative 1. And if I do it on that side of the equal sign, I have to do it on the other side of the equal sign as well. So I need to bring that negative 1 on the other side. Okay? Positive 1 subtracted by 1, those cancel out. That equals the 0. Okay? So I can bring down this d down here, bring down that equal sign. And then I have left over is 6 subtracted by 1. Well, 6 minus 1 is just 5. So d equals 5. All right, so this one's going to be a little bit different. That's cool. Don't freak out. So we have h, and we're dividing that by 3, and that's going to be equal to 2. Okay. So, same thing. We want to get h by itself. And to get h by itself, we need to get rid of that divided by 3 on that side of the equal sign. Okay? So to get rid of that h being divided by 3, I can actually multiply it by 3, and I can cancel those out. Okay? So to get rid of this h divided by 3, I can multiply that by 3, and they will cancel out. But again, if I do it on one side of the equal sign, I have to do it on the other side of the equal sign as well. So these cancel out, h divided by 3 times 3, these get rid of each other, and what I have left over is h. And then I have 2 times 3, which would give me 6. So h is equal to 6. All right, this was similar to one we did a while ago. We have 7 equals u plus 2, and we want to solve for the u. Well, again, I want to get that u by itself. That's what we're solving for. So that means I need to get rid of that plus 2. So to get rid of that plus 2, I'm going to use its opposite. I'm going to subtract it by 2 to make it equal to 0. If I do it on one side of the equation, I have to do it again on the other side of the equation as well. So positive 2 minus 2 cancel out. They're equal to 0. I could bring down this u. Oh, no. I want to bring this down lower. U. Okay. And then I have 7 minus 2. Well, that's just, basic math. 7 minus 2 is going to give us 5. So u equals 5. All right. So I'm going to skip a level, make sure nothing gets freaked out. Okay. We have y. We're going to add that by 4, and that's equal to negative 1. Same thing. We want to solve for y. And to solve for y, I need to get rid of that plus 4, and I need to use its opposite to make it equal to 0. Well, the opposite of positive 4 is negative 4. So we're going to subtract 4 by 4 to make it equal to 0. And if we do it on one side of the equation, we have to do it on the other side as well. Okay? So I'm going to bring down this y because positive 4 minus 4 cancel each other out. It's equal to 0. And then I have negative 1 minus 4. Okay, so negative 1 minus 4, that would give us negative 5. Okay, so y is negative 5. Let's see if we have any more. Okay, this one's interesting too. So this one we have 17, and that's equal to q minus negative 2. And I'm going to use parentheses so you can see that we have minus negative 2. I like to use parentheses in this case because it's easier for me to organize it. So same thing, I want to get q by itself. And to get q by itself, I need to get rid of this minus negative 2. Well, guys, if y'all remember from a while ago when we solved for slope, if you have a minus a negative, just like we have here, minus a negative, 2 negatives equal a positive, and this becomes a positive sign. So this minus negative 2 is the same as saying plus 2. Q plus 2 is the same as saying minus negative 2. Okay? So using that information, the opposite of positive 2 is negative 2. So I need to subtract negative 2 to make that equal to 0. And if I do it on one side of the equation, again, I have to do it on the other side of the equation. Again, these cancel out. Positive 2 minus 2 would equal 0. I can bring down this q. And then I have 17 minus 2 on the other side. 17 minus 2 would give us 15. So q in this case equals 15. All right, let's see. Oh, all right, so I have another one with a fraction. K divided by 3, and that's equal to 4. All right, same thing. I want to get k by itself. In this case, we have k divided by 3. The opposite of dividing by 3 is multiplying by 3. So I can multiply 3 on this side, but if I do it on that side of the equal sign, I have to do it on the other side of the equal sign as well. Okay? So 3 times k divided by 3. Again, the 3's can cancel out, leaving me with just the k. And then 4 times 3 is going to give us 12. So in this case, k is equal to 12. Okay, good. I was hoping this one would show up. Now we have negative 3f, and that's going to be equal to 3. Okay, so guys, whenever you have something like this, when you have a number right next to a variable, that's called a coefficient. This is the coefficient of f, okay? So when you see a variable next to a number like that, you need to automatically assume that is multiplication. Okay, we're multiplying negative 3 by that variable. So the opposite of multiplying f by 3 would be dividing it by negative 3, okay? So in this case, we want to get f by itself. And to get f by itself, again, it's being multiplied by negative 3. So to get rid of that negative 3, we need to do the opposite. We need to divide that by negative 3. And if we do it on one side of the equation, we have to do it on the other side of the equation as well. Okay? So negative 3 divided by negative 3, those cancel out. Again, that's equal to 1. Negative 3 over negative 3 is the same as 1f. Again, you don't have to have that 1 in front of the f because that's automatically assumed to being there. So those cancel out, leaving us with f. And then we have 3 divided by negative 3, and 3 divided by negative 3 would give us negative 1 as our answer. So in this case, f is equal to negative 1. Okay, so similar to what we just did, except this is, multiplication again. So we want to get b by itself, and to get b by itself, again, this is multiplication. B is being multiplied by negative 2. Well, the opposite of being multiplied by negative 2 is getting divided by negative 2. And if we do it on one side of the equation, we have to do it on the other side of the equation as well. So negative 2 over negative 2, that's equal to 1. They cancel each other out. And what we have left over is b. And then 18 divided by negative 2 would give us negative 9. So in this case, b is equal to negative 9. And guys, remember, if you're not 100% sure, like 18 divided by negative 2, you can always use your Desmos calculator. And you can just type that in if you're not 100% sure and you want to check your work before you type it into the IXL. Where's the negative? Minus. No. Minus 2. And it'll tell you, it's equal to negative 9. So guys, remember, you can use your calculator on this to check your work before you put it into the IXL. So this would be a negative 9. Okay, and I'm going to do one more with y'all. This is again division. F is getting divided by negative 4, and that equals to 3. All right, so in this case, F is getting divided by negative 4. The opposite of getting divided by negative 4 is multiplying it by negative 4. And if I do it on one side of the equation, I have to do this to the other side of the equation as well, okay? So again, these cancel out, and we have f left over. Now I need to multiply negative 4 times 3, and that would give us negative 12. So f would be negative 12. All right, again, this you would multiply 2 to get s by itself. And then you'd have to do that on the other side, and 2 times 2 would equal 4. And you would just keep going until you get to an 80. Guys, if y'all have any questions about this, let me know. I don't think I did the best job explaining it, so if I need to make another video doing a better job, just let me know and I'll do that. Or I can always set up a private Zoom with you if you want that extra help as well. Guys, I hope y'all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you later. Bye.